What is up, everybody? Welcome back. It's episode 2. We actually got renewed for a second episode. I'm shocked. Episode 2 of the SimStation Internet Football Podcast. Here today with my constant co-host, the host with the least, Wyatt. How you doing, Wyatt?
The least?
Great.
I'm doing
right.
good. I could be better, but Jags are going to do it.
Well, that's depressing. So. And our first ever guest wearing a very legit NFL jersey.
Yes.
It's Sharksy.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah,
I'm visioning the flaming, the comments. It's already happening. I know
Yep.
Yes.
It is.
We had to get the most controversial guest on because we really needed the boost.
Got to start off with a bang.
Yeah, as long as we don't get ratioed by something, I think that's a Twitter term. I don't really know.
Yeah, it is. Hey, okay. Howard Stern and I share a name, so Howard Stern, Amelia Howard.
All right, bet. We're set.
Bet.
All right, well, we go into the books. How you guys feeling about your... I mean, we're all 1-0. That's a good sign.
We're all going to win the league.
We feel pretty good. So. Feel pretty good, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun week overall. I mean, like, some teams did kind of meh. But the most interesting match of the week was Sharksy versus Spencer. It came down to the wire. Even it's still 8-point difference, but it was definitely there was some sweat at the end.
Came to the last game.
You're telling me I was like, oh my god, my tight end in Tampa Bay are the reason I won. I did message Spencer and tell him it was a very good game because it was. And for all the shit I talked, I was very nervous. It was mostly just a veneer. So.
Yeah, I think he was the third highest scoring team of the week still. Mm-hmm. So, like, sometimes you get unlucky with the matchups. It happens.
Yes. It's good that he's on the receiving end of this.
Yeah, the karma's coming back to bite him.
Now he knows how we felt all of last year.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, you're really the only thing that made our predictions look bad. So thanks for that.
Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I got a dunk on my haters, and you two made an official video about it. So
yeah, I think every matchup was like almost 30 points apart, except for y'all's.
Yeah.
Becca and Steele may have been sort of close.
There was 3 that were 50 plus apart.
Oh my God. So. Yeah, it was not the closest weekend, but it was definitely fun getting back into fantasy. I kind of forgot how much I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
All the shit talk. Yeah, and football. Oh my God. Nothing beats the NFL.
Other than the Jags. We don't talk about the Jags. Anyways.
We're doing our first legit topic this week, guys. And our topic, of course, we needed Sharksy for the Fantasy Pods Week 1 overreactions. Basically, what happened in Week 1 that is 100% going to happen every other week of the season. No doubt. There's just no question. All these things are going to happen. You heard it here first. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to let Wyatt start us off. Just give us one. Tell me predict the future.
All right. First overreaction of Week 1. Aaron Rodgers is washed up. Devontae Adams made Aaron Rodgers. Without him, Aaron Rodgers is nothing. I know the Vikings fans are going to love this, but...
Yes.
I can literally see, Sharksy salivating on the camera, just like, yes, it's Kirk time.
I just don't want him to pull a Brett Favre and somehow end up here after Green Bay's done with him. That's all I have to say.
That is a completely fair point. I will say, if you watch the game, there was that pass to Christian Watson that was
the very first
literally
pass of the
perfect by Aaron Rodgers, and he just dropped it.
From there.
That was kind of rough.
Yeah.
I had a similar – one of mine was actually pretty similar. Basically, I was like, it's a fantasy take, but it was that if you don't have a top 6 quarterback, you're just fucked. And I'm one of those teams, so I'm kind of hoping this is wrong, but, it's the future, so it's not.
Interesting. Who got clowned for taking Josh Allen in the 3rd round, I wonder?
You did not get clowned for taking Josh Allen in the 3rd round.
You were getting clowned for maybe taking him in the 1st round.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, it was the only point the quarterbacks that are starting in our league that scored over 20 points were the first 6 taken, and the back 6 did not. The only one that's kind of in the middle is Russell Wilson. He scored 18.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of nervous for myself, I'm predicting the future, but Tom Brady with a solid 6.5 points or whatever the fuck it was
Aaron Rodgers with 3.8.
Yeah. Who else? Burrow with 5 picks or whatever he had.
And a fumble.
It was 4 picks and a fumble, yeah. Prescott got injured.
Rip
and
R.I.P.
Matt Stafford
Biz. R.I.P.
And Matt Stafford did his thing.
He shit the bed.
Yeah, so I'm hoping this is wrong because it kind of fucks me, but I'm just going to tell you right now, if you don't have a top 6 quarterback, you're done.
Couldn't be me
Bye-bye.
or Sharksy.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Fuck yourselves. All right, give us another one, Wyatt. Let's hear it.
Another one. We're gonna stick with the quarterback position, and I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes will surpass Brady as the GOAT when it's all said and done.
Okay, this is like a career-long projection.
Jesus,
I thought we were doing
long game here. Jesus,
we're playing the long.
It's just overreactions. I mean, it's not actually that much of an overreaction because he is really fucking good, but
this is his 4th or 5th year as a starter?
Fourth. Yeah.
Okay, and he has 1 Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
So that projects to pass Brady. He needs to play 21 years at this level.
Brady has done it.
Okay,
so
Brady is the oldest quarterback in the league by another 6
drinks
years.
The blood of newborn children to be able to keep throwing like that.
They definitely drafted Kyle Trask just to feed Brady. All he does is he sits there with a fucking IV in his veins. And Tom Brady's like, gotta go in for my pump. Come on, Kyle, let's go.
It's dialysis time, Kyle.
Literally, Kyle just sits there and just gets drained. So yeah. Let's not use Brady as the comparison.
Too late.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Sorry, this is the future. So Brady get fucked.
We're just predicting the future.
7 Super Bowls wasn't enough.
Washed up has been. Get better at football.
That is my fantasy quarterback. You watch your mouth. All right, well, I'm going to give one for Sharksy's team because I'm sure she has some overreactions off of her 1 week of performance. My overreaction is that the most important player on your team is not Josh Allen.
I would agree.
It's not Cooper Kupp. It's Gabriel Davis.
Oh.
Gabriel Davis
now,
is there. Yeah.
Here's why. Basically, the reason we shit on your draft was because you drafted your 1 and 2 wide receivers from the same team, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Gabriel Davis can play like a number 2, then Allen Robinson just kind of becomes your flex, and it doesn't look as bad because you can kind of use him situationally. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, like, this is the way that your draft just looks like a stud, is if there's some weird fucking feedback. I think it's on mine. Holy moly. But yeah, if Gabriel Davis can be your number 2, I think your draft looks a lot better. But if he can't, I think all the reactions we had last week are gonna come true.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I will say too, I had no idea that we were switching from whatever we did last year to half PPR, but I think that played to my advantage a little bit because you guys were really heavy in running backs last year, and so everyone went in super hard on running backs during the draft, which fucked me a little bit because when I finally got around to drafting my running backs, the pickings were a little slim. But the fact that wide receivers pop off so much in half PPR, or at least have the potential to, makes it so that taking wide receivers higher than everyone else did doesn't make me look as stupid as it did initially. So I'll say that for myself.
0.5. What the dude? This fucking program is just like, holy moly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Allen Robinson's point.
It was like 1.04 points or something like that.
Yeah, his one reception really helped you out in PPR. A lot. I'm just gonna avoid talking because apparently I'm just a cyborg, so that's cool.
You can just edit it later.
Editing.
But do we want an overreaction from me now?
Of course.
My overreaction is that not only are my top 3 picks correct from my cheat sheet formulation, but I, Amelia Howard, will be your SimStation Internet Football Season 2 fantasy winner. You heard it here first, folks. Write it down so that you can make fun of me at the end. I'm saying it now, and you can clown on me for whatever happens next, alright? But you heard it here first. I'm going to win the whole damn thing, alright?
Yeah, you're getting a Josh Allen jersey or a Cooper Kupp
I'm wearing a Sebastian Aho, because I'm a hoe.
No, when you win.
No one cares.
Who are you getting?
You get your winner jersey.
What?
You know when you get a jersey?
Oh, my winner jersey?
Yeah. So who from your team is going to be your
I can't hear you guys now. One sec.
I think it's Sharksy that's fucking up.
Uh-oh.
Rutro Raggy. Oh my goodness.
She gone.
Well,
that'll do it for the guest.
Yeah, who needs to go?
Oh.
Hello?
Hello? Can't hear you. Oh, great.
Well, this is awkward.
We need to restart.
Yeah. I can probably compress these two into one. I just gotta learn how.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, we're just going to go headset free for the rest of it because my computer just, shit the bed.
Yeah, the issue is we can kind of hear ourselves.
Yeah.
One second. Let echo cancellation. Oh, fuck, it can't be changed while recording. Can you turn it off?
Let's hope this doesn't break it! Hello. Welcome back. It's been hopefully only a second for you, unless I'm an absolute idiot editing. But for us, it's been, I don't know, 45 seconds.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Yay!
Hey, we fixed it. No more headset.
We're back. Yeah. So, I don't know, we were talking about your jersey. You said you're going to go Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. Yeah,
okay.
I think you should have to go with the person who scores the most for your fantasy team. That's how we do it in my...
But hockey players are way more likely to, it's not solely based on position. I don't know. Quarterbacks are almost always going to be your top scorer.
Yeah.
So it's it just kind of feels bad where it's I already have a Brady jersey. When I win if I win the league, I have to get another Brady jersey.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess with fantasy it does, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So, cool. Josh Allen jersey when you win because it's been predicted. It's over. It's over.
Happen.
All right. Wyatt, give us a take. Give us an overreaction.
All right. Another overreaction. Saquon Barkley will be the running back number 1 by the end of the season, barring injury.
He looked. Everyone's I don't even know what to say. There's no yeah.
He was basically the offense and looked as explosive as he's ever looked, I think. So I definitely think it could happen, but it's also there's a lot of good running backs. So
yeah, I mean the other contenders, Jonathan Taylor did have a really good week. Not as dominant as Saquon's per carry, but they gave him he had fucking
he had
25
so many and he had 6 catches or something.
Yeah, and I mean Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey both did not look very good, so it seems like it's Saquon versus good. Yeah, it seems like it's Saquon versus Jonathan Taylor at this point. It's just gonna be can Saquon stay healthy, and if Jonathan Taylor is not an absolute god again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's. Or if I think Christian McCaffrey is still a contender for that because he did have a solid 15 points.
He doesn't get injured again.
Eckler and Henry are too. It was just, I guess we're doing overreaction. So
I don't know. The Henry thing actually legitimately concerned me watching that game. The Giants are not good.
I mean,
wow, yeah.
That's another one of my overreactions is that Derrick Henry is done.
Yeah, he didn't look horrible, but he had 4 yards to carry against a shitty Giants team.
Yeah, he looked a step slow, to be honest, and he's getting older. 28 is close to where the age cliff is for running backs, so I guess we'll have to see.
I did see a stat somewhere that said his first couple games of the year are always bad. So this is definitely an overreaction from week 1.
Yeah.
But
that's the segment.
It's fact. It's over. Bye, Derrick Henry. Back to Yuli. Sharksy, do you have anything?
I do.
Go. Speak.
Because the Vikings were able to so just terrifically destroy the Green Bay Packers. They broke Aaron Rodgers' soul the way that they broke his collarbone a few years ago. So that means that the Vikings are going to win their first Super Bowl this year. You heard it here first, folks. That is my other week 1 overreaction. That not only will I, Amelia Ann Howard, LGSW, win Sensation Internet Football Season 2, but also the Minnesota Vikings will break their curse and win a Super Bowl.
That is quite the reaction.
That is.
How could I go wrong?
Look, she saw all 0 points they scored in the second half and was like, "That's my pick. That's my Super Bowl pick.
That's my Super Bowl winning team."
I mean, you have to respect it. I think the 4 or 5 best teams in the league are probably all in the AFC, so good fucking luck.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to respect it. Speaking of a team people thought were going to be good, but I'm going to go ahead and scratch that narrative right now. The Raiders are going to not just be mediocre, they are dog shit.
Are they going to get relocated again? Stay tuned. Canada's first NFL team, the Toronto Raiders.
They're going to move again.
Right, they moved like 3 years ago to Vegas. Good fucking luck.
That's why it's an overreaction take. Raiders going to Canada. That'll make them better.
But, like, I don't get how, like, Keenan Allen goes out. Mike Williams is just invisible the whole game. Eckler is playing like dog shit. And they still lose. They just lose. And, like, the Chargers let their foot off the gas for the last 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And, like, they just rolled over and died. Derek Carr looks like he's just inting. Like, I don't even know how else to put it. He only looks at Devon. Literally, we were watching the game in Discord, and the dude, you look, what side of the field is Devontae Adams' side on? This side? Okay. Well, Derek Carr is going to stare at that side and chuck it to him. Oh, dude. Other side? Oh. Fuck you, Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, he just never threw to Hunter Renfrow, and I'm like, why?
Well, Hunter Renfrow also, he had like 2 drops, so he kind of got it. Yeah, but it's like, and the defense is so bad, and the offensive line is so bad. Yeah. And
they're definitely going to be the worst in that division.
They should have lost that game by 30.
Yeah.
If the Chargers had an offense that in the second half, like, they should have lost that game by like 25 or 30 points. So I'm going to go ahead, and the Chargers are good, but I'm going to go ahead and say Raiders, dog shit. Bye-bye. Go.
Who do we think is going to be the worst team in the league this year? Because I don't think it's going to be Cleveland for once. That's another hot take of mine. Cleveland will not finish dead last. It'll be someone else.
Is that a hot take? They've been
like their defense is really
7-9 or above the last 3 years. Is that
a
hot take?
Anything about football? That's why I'm on this podcast.
I think the Falcons have a good shot of being the worst in the league.
I don't know, but even they looked solid this week.
In a league with the New York Giants.
Okay,
the
New York Giants just beat the number 1 seed in the AFC.
True. Like I said, I know nothing about football.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are still probably the league contender. Like, they won this week because
they played in Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, it was in a monsoon. Yeah, so like, can you even take anything from that? And they played against Trey Lance, dumbass babyface. Like, what can you take from that game?
My backup quarterback, Trey.
And they're definitely the worst team in their division.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
100%.
Yeah. So, like, it's probably still the Bears.
But... The Bears.
The Bears. I'm going to give a little Simp Station take, I guess, for the next one. Or is it mine or is it Wyatt's? I don't even know.
Just go.
I'm just going to go for it. Dalton and Bway's team is going to be the worst in Simp Station history.
He's already moving away from his power rankings.
So I actually have a different hot take from that. I think Bway and Dalton are going to put their heads together, whip themselves into shape, and maybe finish like second or third to last, but they won't be dead last. I think they're going to get better.
That is not where I expected that to go.
So they're not going to completely int it like Travis predicting. I think they're going to get better. Because
I think Tina won 3 games last year or 4. So the worst. Yeah, let's say so. If they go 2 and whatever, that's the worst team in the history of the league. And we've already talked about why is already predicted Aaron Rodgers is done. Eli Mitchell is out for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Now. Derrick Henry. Oh, guess what? We also predicted
done.
Adam Thielen. Oh, guess what? They only throw to Justin Jefferson.
CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott died.
Yeah, Dak Prescott's done. Kyle Pitts. I've been saying the whole time he's not that good. Just saying.
That's like their whole starting lineup.
And like Michael Thomas is probably going to be a huge steal if they can get consistent quarterback play. And maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire is like breaking out, or he just got really lucky with 2 early touchdowns.
Yeah.
But like, there's just not a lot here. Chase Claypool is like playing half running back also now. He had double his rushing yards than receiving yards.
I did not even know that.
36-18. Yeah. I think he's but it's like I don't even know like there's just I mean maybe I'm wrong about Kyle Pitts. And so he has Michael Thomas and Kyle Pitts and And maybe CD just hates Dak Prescott. I don't know. Like,
it's looking pretty rough for the boys.
It's not looking very good. Dalton, Bway, we still love you. It's because you didn't take the Chargers defense in the second round. It should have happened, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, Wyatt.
All right, this is my last overreaction. I'm gonna give you guys a stat line, see if you guys can guess who the player is. Okay. He had 12 targets for 6 catches and 117 yards. And I'm gonna predict that this player is gonna be a wide receiver 1, so top 12 wide receiver in fantasy this year.
Is it Christian Kirk?
It is Christian Kirk.
Wow.
He's going to be a wide receiver 1. T-Law's going to feed him week after week, and I think Bengalwood has him, and he got a steal in like the 8th or 9th round.
Yeah, he was I think I saw 9th out of 93 graded wide receivers on PFF this week. And if you watch the game, like, he didn't catch everything that was thrown to him, but he's definitely the number 1 target.
Oh, yeah.
There's no one else who has anywhere close to his level of explosion except maybe Etienne. I also have a Jaguars-related take because I'm totally not a homer, and that is that the biggest steal of the draft will actually be running back James Robinson.
Yeah.
He was injured coming into the season, so he fell pretty late. I don't even remember where. It was like
he was like 11th round or 12th round.
I know Biz got him.
Yeah.
James Robinson was in the 10th round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's still really
middle
late.
Of the 10th round. And
he scored 19 points this week.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, but he also 12 carries to Etienne's 6, or 12 touches to Etienne's 6 total, 11 carries to Etienne's 4. So it's very clear they want to use him as the running back and Etienne as the flexible guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even look like he's missed a step coming off of his injury.
Dude, I did not expect it at all. Like, I was watching the game and just seeing him be as explosive a runner as he always has been, it just caught me off guard.
He tore his Achilles in November.
I know.
I saw something online that was like, "Oh, Achilles tendon tears don't matter for football players." It was obviously a joke, but it was just hilarious.
Yeah. It's literally the running back killer, and James Robinson just doesn't give a shit.
He's like, "Nope, I'm good."
This Achilles heel, my name is not Achilles, son. So
there you go. Exactly. So I know Biz didn't have a good weekend, but James Robinson could be
a bright spot.
Could be could save her season legitimately.
He could honestly be the biggest sleeper of the draft.
Yeah, I think he's.
That's my overreaction. Best sleeper of the draft. Maybe not even an overreaction, but that's what I got.
Yeah, she definitely got fucked by injuries, but having him on the roster is going to help alleviate that a lot.
And remember, Biz, injuries are usually, knock on wood, temporary. So you still got that dog.
What that dog doing?
She did get a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, George Kittle, Jacob Dobbins,
T. Higgins.
Dak, T. Higgins.
Our heart breaks for you, Biz.
Mm-hmm. It do.
All right. Anyone have anything else they want to predict the future on before we start wrapping it up?
Let me.
I'm all out of bold takes.
I am too.
My crystal ball is just empty.
It's shattered.
Let me sleep.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I have anything either. We can just cut it off before we got to this point. Edit this out. Are you laughing at me right now?
He definitely is.
Okay. Before we go, we're going to look at some of the matchups for next week. We've picked out ones that we thought were interesting. Sharksy, talk about your matchup, because it's another banger.
Yes. So me versus Becca, it's projected to be the closest matchup this next week, and I'm in before Reeves says Yahoo Fantasy projections don't matter. They don't mean anything. Cry about it, Reeves. I don't care. So, it's projected that Becca and I will have the closest game of the week. I don't know if my heart can take it personally after just being on the receiving end of the closest game of the week this last week. But I also did rank Becca's draft really high. Everyone else did. So she's got a great team. I'm sure it'll be a great matchup. and I'm looking forward to it. There will be a lot less shit talking from me because I'm scared. Okay, so
there is fear in my heart.
I'm scared. Okay, so that it'll be a good game. It'll be a good matchup. I'm excited, but also terrified.
It should be a banger. I mean, I think, there's a lot of question marks because like you expect Joe Burrow to not throw 4 picks and have a fumble. So I guess we'll see. And she also has Jonathan Taylor against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But it's in Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, true. Indianapolis has not won in Jacksonville since 2014. She has the Indy defense and she has Jonathan Taylor. So the Colts, a Jags game is going to matter for the first time in like 3 years, basically. All right, Wyatt, give us one.
I think the matchup to watch this week is Beans versus Reeves. The two 1-0 teams both had high-scoring weeks. They have Reeves has Herbert, and Beans has Kelsey on Thursday night, so be some big points there probably. And then Wilson and Judy stack for Beans against Houston, could have a big day. Reeves needs a new kicker because Glasses got cut because he sucks apparally. And then a couple of people that might maybe be able to bounce back. Reeves, DJ Moore did not have a great week this week. Baker kind of got destroyed by the Browns O-line. So we can see if he can come back. And then who knows what McVay is going to do with Cam Akers. Maybe he'll let him participate in the game, but maybe not.
Listen, he saw 3 carries for 0 yards, and he's like, all right, it's done.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in him. He's done for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one that I had chosen as well, but I guess I'm obligated to talk about me versus Spencer as probably the other most interesting one of the week. I have a feeling I'm going to just get ass blasted. Spencer 2-0'd me last year and, like, I think doubled my total score in those 2 games. But I made it further in the playoffs. So,
damn.
But yeah, I mean, we talked last week. His team is insane.
Yeah.
He was the third, even though he lost, he was the 3rd highest scoring team this week behind you two. Alvin Kamara was injured. I think he had a rib injury, so praying that he doesn't play, I guess, is like my only hope. I'm praying that Brady, decides to not absolutely run it down.
Forget how to throw a touchdown.
Well, I think he threw one to Mike Evans.
Yeah, but other than that,
yeah.
Like the first 3 quarters, he couldn't.
It was a rough day. We don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I'm gonna get destroyed. But I'm gonna hold the faith. I'm a Jags fan. I'm used to losing. So there's some other, these other matchups could be interesting too. I don't know. Becca versus Steele could end up being kind of in. Or wait, no, that was this week. Steele against, I forget. Bro, chill.
I'm against Steele.
Oh, you're against Steele. No, I was thinking Banglewood versus Dalton. Could end up being interesting if Dalton doesn't do everything we talked about earlier in the show.
Just
could be an interesting
15 wire waiver pickups. Just a whole new roster.
Yep.
He gets number 1 on priority.
Honestly, redraft your whole team.
I hope he knows how to use the waiver wire. I know Bway's played fantasy before, so hopefully one of them is making pickups. Yeah. He does have number 1 priority. So he'll get his guy.
His pick of the litter.
Yeah, he'll get his guy. And there are some really solid options.
Yeah.
I think Jahan Dotson's out there as a receiver.
Curtis Samuel got a shit ton of targets.
Half running back, but I think that was more because Darius Williams is just shit on the Jags. But there's a lot of really solid options in the waiver wire this week. So we'll see. But that is going to do it for our second episode of the podcast. I really, really hope I can compress this together. We will see.
Just use like iMovie or something. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll use iMovie on my PC. Sure.
Imagine using Apple Cringe.
Yeah, true. Exactly. See? Cringe.
I don't even have an Apple laptop.
Why are you telling me to use iMovie?
I don't know. It was just what I thought of.
Oh my god. Do I have a I don't. There's no mean sounds on here. I can't play anything. Just be right.
Can't be mean to me on your podcast.
All right, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for joining. Hope it was fun. Sorry about the audio issues, but yeah, we'll see you next week.